Okay, so now we're ready to start Unit 2, Privacy. And this unit is so fun because we get to really dive into how our privacy is invaded, and we get to read a lot of different articles, watch some TED Talks, look at some listen to some podcasts. We get to look at a lot of different media um, and to explore this topic and do a lot of different writing, analyze different, like I said, analyze different media. And so, from an English standpoint, it's kind of cool because we're not focused on just one source, right? For the Glass Castle, we just had our one book. Um, but for this, we get to really look at a whole bunch of different things, and so it's kind of exciting to see what's out there. And plus, this is a topic that is uh, timely, and it changes every day. Today is November 18th when I'm recording this, and today is Wednesday. Just this past Sunday on 60 Minutes, there was this whole segment about TikTok and how there's no privacy on TikTok and all of that. And so, I mean, it's just changing every single day. And so there's something new for us to do. So what exactly does Unit 2 have to do with English, though, right? What does this unit have to do with English? Good question. So, Unit 2, we are looking at, we're exploring fiction, we're exploring nonfiction, we're looking at media sources, poetry, film clips, we're going to watch a documentary. I am not, last year I did book clubs, and it was awesome, and kids loved it. And in fact, they wanted to do book clubs again, but given the world, I don't think book clubs is really feasible right now. So we're not going to do that. But so that's not going to happen. But we're going to look at different text features, authors' choices, elements of texts, looking at how two authors can take, not even authors per se, but how two people can take the same idea and develop it in a different way. And the culminating activity, the thing that you're going to do at the end, is you're going to write your own short story about a world, about a moment, about something that has to do with privacy. And it's going to take place, it's like a dystopian story. So it's going to take place probably in the future, and the world's going to be funky, and no one's going to have any privacy and stuff. And so we're going to be answering this question at the very end: what does privacy look like in dystopian fiction? And that's what you're going to tell us when you write your story. And so that's how the unit is going to end. We're going to take our time with this unit because there's just so much to it, and there's no need to rush through it. So that is privacy. So the first assignment we're going to do, and this isn't published yet, but it will be by the time you get to this. The first assignment you're going to do is the one I'm going to talk about today. You are going to watch a TED Talk called Why Privacy Matters. So when you go to it, I'm going to preview it. Go ahead and open up this link, open link in a new tab, so that your TED Talk is in one tab and your questions are in another tab. Okay, so you can go back and forth. I don't think you could see that though. Here, so TED Talk in one tab, questions in another tab. So the first question is, based on these images, give me a definition of dissident in your own words. So I've given you a couple of images there. So down here, tell me what you think dissident means in your own words. Don't look up the dictionary definition. I mean, I'm gonna know, okay? Just look at the two pictures. Give me an idea of what that means. Orthodoxy is the opposite of dissident. Based on your new knowledge of dissident, what, in your own words, is the definition of orthodoxy? Please don't put the opposite of dissident, okay? In the video, the TED Talker will say, the CEO of Google said, if you're doing something that you don't want other people to know, maybe you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. The CEO of Facebook said, privacy is no longer a social norm. The CEO of Google forbade his employees to speak to CNET because CNET published private information about the CEO that was found on Google. The CEO of Facebook bought his house and all the houses that surrounded his house. How are both the CEO of Google and the CEO of Facebook examples of hypocrisy? In other words, what's the irony of their statements and their actions? Question 4, there's a quotation from the video. When we're in a state where we can be monitored and watched, our behavior changes dramatically. How are surveillance and conformity related? Number 5, mass surveillance creates a prison in the mind. Explain this metaphor. Number 6, he who does not move does not notice his chains. Explain how this is a metaphor for privacy. And based on the issue of privacy, what is society's panopticon? Below is a picture of a literal panopticon. And in the video, he will describe what a panopticon is. And you can kind of get an idea that this is a panopticon right here, right? So this is a prison, and this guy, the guard in here, he can see everything, right? He's right in the middle. So he can see all around him. So what are some examples in society of our society's panopticons? Okay, so that is what you're going to do for our very first assignment, why privacy matters. I'm also going to add another question on here. Actually, let's see, I'm going to add a question while you're on here. Short answer essay. What is something you learned from the video that I didn't ask about? So I like to know that too. All right, so that is assignment number 1. Let me know if you have any questions.